Welcome to the morning shoot around here on the Athletic NBA Daily. We're live on our YouTube page. We would love to have you join us on a weekly basis, usually around 1 o'clock Eastern time, which I know is not the morning, but you know what? For people like Dave and Zena,
that's right.
So in your face, everybody else. All right. The trade deadline is 8 days away. We did have a report drop today about Giannis, which is exciting. And all I can think about is we're doing a studio show next week in Chicago at the Athletic Football Show studio.
That's right.
For the trade deadline, we're going to be broadcasting from 8 a.m. Central all the way probably until like 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish. So we will be live. We would love to have you join us then as well. And all I can think about is, please, Milwaukee Bucks, one, wait until next
Yeah,
Thursday.
please wait.
And then two, please trade him. So the report is it's a weird read. You know, like sometimes you read something and you're just like, man,
oh, it's such a silly update.
this is a really weird read. And here it is.
ChatGPT, tell me how to make a vague trade request from a player, please.
I don't know. This is even like a level above ChatGPT.
Is there an M dash in it? I haven't actually looked at the report.
Hey,
Well,
M dashes are
Thank
useful,
you,
by the
S.
way.
They
Yeah,
are.
I had a
I was
had a
an M dash
conversation the other
early.
day.
M dashes were invented in 2009.
All right, Dave,
Okay.
let me read the tweet. Okay.
I don't
Here we
believe
go.
you.
I got to read this tweet. Okay. Two-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo is ready for a new home at the February 5th NBA trade deadline or in the offseason as several rival teams make aggressive offers to the Milwaukee Bucks for him, comma, and the franchise is starting to listen, comma, league sources tell ESPN.
This does sound like a WWE promo, you know, like one of those wrestling
is-
promos.
This just makes me think. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you could see my face, but you guys know the woman that does the kombucha tasting, that like tastes the first
Oh,
part of the kombucha, and
I
she's
have
like,
no idea what you're talking about.
you know,
and
Or
then
she's
she's like, Is there something to
I
this?
remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
And then she's like, no. And that's exactly how I feel as I'm reading that. It's like, wait,
okay,
is
but
this-
kombucha's good.
is this
though.
something? Yes, that's not the point, Dave. The point is all the emotions you go through as you read the tweet. You're just like, if you're another GM, you're like, oh, he's ready for another home right now or at the end of the season. But it's just like, where are we at? Where do we land?
I mean,
But,
we're kind of in the same place that we've always been, where Shams has been like slow playing these reports for a long time now, and it's really just Giannis and his agent that are like, we'd love to leave, but we also would love to stay. But leaving is also good, and staying also, as long as you think we want to stay, that's what we want you to believe.
That's it,
And
Andrew. It's
kombucha
He
the
learned
I
Damian
want to
Lillard.
leave.
He learned the Damian Lillard playbook
Mhm.
like a T. Like that, if there was one thing Giannis picked up from playing with Dame was how do I amicably break up with my long-term team without sounding like I'm trying to break up with my long-term team.
But you know what the problem there is? I think he's worn out the Bucks fans a little bit on this.
Yeah.
And
how would you feel if you're a Bucks fan right now? Like I would be
annoyed.
like, come on, let's just do this.
They could have been tanking this year. You know, I mean, this just sets them back, you know, a half a season, basically. I mean, we'll see. They could still definitely tank.
I was about
Let's
to say,
let's not be too
opportunity's
concerned.
not gone.
But if they hang on to him till the offseason, I mean, he's not going to play anymore this year, right? That pretty clear that he's not going to play for the Bucks again. And if they trade him during the offseason, maybe they can get more. I just don't know. I mean, I think if I'm a team that's thinking about trading for Giannis, I'd like to do it right now, especially if I'm in the East, because you have a shot at making the finals. And Giannis is one of the few players that's going to be available at the deadline that's a star. I mean, this guy, he takes your team to the finals. Any of the Eastern Conference teams in the top 6, if they could get Giannis, right, they become the favorite, don't they?
Yeah, as long as he can play.
Right.
Right.
As long as
right.
he's healthy and can play. But I don't know. Dr. Giannis told us 4 to 6 weeks. So what is that? Early March?
Yeah, that's enough time.
That's one of the funnier things I've ever seen.
It is.
Doing this is a player saying, it feels like I'm going to be out 4 to 6 weeks.
I love it.
hey, listen, that's the kind of disclosure we want, right?
It's actually exactly what I did when I broke my ankle. I'm like, oh man, I know it. 6 to 8 weeks in a boot. That's what I do.
So funny.
That's what I said when I tore my ACL. I said 46 weeks.
Oh god.
Oh God.
All right. All right. Let's get to the main event here. So we are going to do trade tiers today. All right. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can follow along and see our trade tiers that we have. We're going to put all 30 teams into at least one category. So the categories are as follows. First category, going for it. These are teams that are at the deadline going to be making trades to help them improve right now. Next category, trades to tank. So there are teams out there that need to make a few more trades just to tear it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
Future trades. This is like the Trae Young deal where it's like, yeah, we're going to put Trae Young on ice, but we like to have him now, please, but not for this year. Okay, so trades of that nature. Teams that should make a trade but won't. Teams that are going to make a stupid trade. And then we have
why are the Kings already preloaded?
You know why the Kings are already added in there.
I don't know who did that. I don't know who went to the Kings and going to make a stupid trade. But you know what? They're right. Whoever did that did a good job. Yeah. So let's start. Let's start with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh man.
Trades team right here.
Trades to tank.
Yeah, it's trade to tank.
Trades to tank.
They need to tank. This is the opportunity. To do it, and they need to. Because I mean, let's say that they do trade Giannis. They get picks. They get a young player. And let's say they get the second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Then you're actually on your way to the next version of your team.
Yeah.
And
by the way these things work usually, as we've seen from Luka Doncic getting traded and the Mavs getting the #1 pick and then Anthony Davis getting traded and the Pelicans getting the #1 overall pick.
Yep.
I wouldn't be necessary. They can't get the #1 pick because that would be the Pelicans.
They can get the #2 pick.
They could get the #2 pick and it would be just as good. So I wouldn't be surprised there. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. They need to, I mean, because let's say that Giannis comes back, right? And he even in a crazy world that he signs an extension, really the only way that you could convince him to do that, I think, is if Giannis sits out the rest of the season, they do tank, and then maybe they do get the #2 pick with Giannis still on the team. But to me, that's not a path to winning a championship. That's a path to the middle for your team.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then having like these two timelines of a guy who's like really ready to win, and then a guy who, you know, I don't know if you take Cameron Boozer, or I don't know who you're going to take, Debanza, who I don't think fits with Giannis all that well, but you pick the guy that you think is the best. Like I still don't think that team is contending for like 2 or 3 years. And then like who knows how much longer Giannis is going to be at his peak.
Right.
I think it's time.
No, it's definitely time. It absolutely is time. And like, you know, based on the teams that are interested / could make a deal, I'm kind of curious what the blue chip prospect is that the Bucks could get. Because, okay, Miami, I guess Khalil Ware is the blue chip prospect, right? For New York, they don't have a blue chip prospect. Golden State doesn't have a blue chip prospect. Sorry, Zena. And
don't apologize to me. Apologize to Mike Levy.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And then I can't think of, like, if Orlando gets in here and says, we will offer you Paolo Banchero, do they just, is that it? That's the trade?
I would do that in a heartbeat if I was Orlando.
I would agree.
I would do that. Can I give him 2 Paolo Banchero? I like, yeah, that would be amazing, actually, if Orlando tried to swing a trade like that.
Would you like? Would
I
Philly
just don't
do
see
Paul
Giannis
George
going
and BJ?
Right. I'm trying to exist in the NBA world. I do not think Giannis would agree to a trade, because the thing is, you need Giannis to say, I'm going to sign an extension.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't think he will do that in Orlando. If Orlando maybe had, and part of that is because it's Orlando, but they had like a better ownership or something like that. If they had some kind of a history of being competitive, maybe like if Orlando was Miami, then maybe I could see the Heat if they had more to offer. I just don't think that they're going to have the best package.
So then who
Yeah.
has the best package?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually think, look, and in the chat on YouTube, Eric Weiss says this, the pro move for Milwaukee is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Working with Atlanta, trying to get because doesn't Atlanta have the Bucks pick also?
They have
Future
they have it's like a Bucks swap that
Right.
they have.
So maybe it's you get that New Orleans pick, you get that swap back, and then you build out a framework from there. You're not going to get Jalen Johnson.
No.
Right. That's off the table.
No.
But it's like Risa Shea, Asa Newell.
Right. You can get some young guys. You could get high value picks, and that completely resets your table, and you're ready to go. Don't forget, they've got Miles Turner that's going to have a market. I mean, I think that they could move Miles Turner and get something. Bobby Portis has a market. We talked about that this morning with Hunter Patterson.
Yeah.
He could be a guy for the Pistons. So they could theoretically in the next week do a complete teardown.
Yeah.
Because they have some stuff. It's just, they don't have good enough stuff to compete.
It would take 2 trades to tear it down, Dave. It's
right. That's it. So
they are clearly in this
with Ryan
conversation.
Rollins.
Yeah.
I would say the Atlanta move makes a lot of sense if Atlanta wants to do it.
Yeah.
The question is also do they want to do this by February 5th or do they want to do this after the season?
Well, there's this thing about holding the powder, right? Keep your powder dry. We'll move it to the summer. But I think that there is such an opportunity, especially in the East, to make the finals this season.
Yeah.
And I would even say, look, out West, if you look at how bunched up the top 4, in my opinion, are, maybe one of these teams says, you know what, we can do it. What if they didn't lose last night, Andrew, but it was a tough game against the Pelicans. I mean, what if the Thunder just say, hey, look, you know what? We're winning a title if we get Giannis. Let's just do it.
Yeah,
I don't think that they're not going to do that.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
But some team might.
Just to have a differentiator, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Houston's already said they're not going to do it. I don't think San Antonio is going to do it. I don't think
Denver can't.
I don't think Denver has
Denver can't.
what it takes to do it either. I really do think it's like these East teams. And it's really like what team has that blue chip prospect? Because it's funny, like the teams that do have them, like the Thunder, like San Antonio, like Houston, they're all just kind of like, you know what, we're good.
We're okay. Yeah.
Is what it seems like. Because those are the 3 teams that you could say could probably most easily trade with the salaries they have, with the young prospects they have, with all the draft picks that they have. Like those 100%. Are the teams that are like the easiest, that if you're Milwaukee, you're like, we want those teams to be making these quote unquote aggressive offers for Giannis.
I do wonder how much they will consider where Giannis wants to go, because
you have to.
It's just gotten to the point where like the relationship is over, but at the same time, he has done so much for the franchise. He's the franchise all-time leading scorer, best player in the franchise history, etc. How much do you do right by that guy and say, well, if he wants to go to Miami, right? And they're offering us this versus, I don't know, Detroit is offering us Asar Thompson and multiple picks, whatever.
This is like Kawhi, man. It's like Kawhi. If he's not going to sign the extension, you're not going to get you aren't going to get enough to reset your table unless he's going to a team that he is committing to signing the extension to. Yeah. So that's the conundrum that they're in. All right, the best deal.
Well, they might look at the Luka thing and say, you know what, it worked out for them.
For who?
Like, for the Lakers, he signed the extension. I mean,
if the Lakers were going to make this trade,
sure,
he's going to sign an extension with the Lakers.
Which, by the way, that's not
and I was just going to say, if the Knicks, I mean, that's the other team we haven't talked about yet, is thinking about a place that Giannis would actually want to go to, that are is in contention. This would absolutely be a differentiator, something that elevates them in terms of the pedestal in the East. I feel like you make the trade to the Knicks, that could be the landing spot. I don't know, why have we moved away from that being the space that we're looking at? I don't know.
The Knicks just don't have the best packages is the thing. Gotcha. So like Karl Anthony Towns, that salary works, but if you're the Bucks, you're not trading Giannis for Karl Anthony Towns. Like they don't have they don't have enough picks to make this deal. The Mikal Bridges
it's a draft
trade really just
Mhm.
took away all their options in the asset pool. But the thing is, if Giannis wants to be a Knick, there are ways to make it work. It just takes a lot of work to
Can
do
I suggest a team or a framework here?
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns to the Hawks, picks and that package that we were just talking about back to Milwaukee, and then Giannis to New York.
Okay.
Mm.
That is,
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of interesting.
I feel like any of these, I mean, regardless of if he's going to a Western team or an Eastern team, it always has felt like it needed to be a 3-team situation.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Portland's the other one because Portland holds a lot of the Milwaukee Bucks draft assets.
Right.
Yeah.
So if they could get them back, which if any team is going to tank, the most valuable asset is your own draft pick.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so if they can find a way to get their own draft picks back and rope the Blazers into this somehow.
Well, the Knicks, there's all this reports that the Knicks are in on Drew Holiday. So maybe maybe there's
which I love for them, by the way. I think you'd be
could there be something with like Mikal Bridges and I mean I don't have the trade. I should have the trade machine pulled up, but maybe Mikal Bridges and Cat are both leaving New York, and maybe you've got a pick or two coming from Portland to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is where it's like, okay, this is where it's going to be really hard for this to happen in a week.
Well, that's why it's easier to do it in the summer too.
Yeah, but I will say, Andrew, if there's a trade coming, whatever trade it is, they definitely have been kicking around for a few weeks.
Yeah, and also there is also the aspect of this might be easier to do at the draft because know what the picks are.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure.
You have to ask yourself the question: are we okay living in this like middle ground where we don't know exactly what we're going to get, but we got some valuable draft assets that either could be the number 2 pick in the draft, or maybe it's the 5th or 6th pick in the draft, which is not nearly as good. So I think that there may be an aspect where maybe you want to wait until you know what's going to happen and maybe make the trade on draft night. Anyways.
Yeah, but they are a team that's going to tank or trade to tank.
Yes, they are trading.
Should trade to tank. The Brooklyn Nets, I think that they are also a team that should trade to tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Nick Claxton, like I would just make guys available.
Michael Porter Jr., etc. Right.
DJ, try to get more draft assets for the Nets and continue to try to build from the ground up.
Definitely.
The Knicks, they have to go for it. They have no choice because they are going for it as we speak.
Yep.
Right.
And they have, I think, one of like the more I don't even know how to word this, but their roster is all in their prime right now.
Yep.
And they like are going for it. And so when you are a team that's constructed in that position, you have to make trades to go for it.
Yeah, and it's also the Eastern Conference is the way that it is. So I don't think about next year's East with the Pacers eventually being back, Tatum back with the Celtics. Like you're not going to get a better opportunity to get to the finals than this year.
This is it.
So Knicks are going for it. Okay.
My thing with the Knicks is if it's not Giannis, I don't know what the move is for him.
I do like Drew Holiday for them.
I like Drew for them too. But the issue is, what are you giving up? And I think that their biggest problem is defensively in the middle. When Mitchell Robinson's available, they look great.
Yeah, it's great.
And when he's not, it's rough. And that's just hard. It's hard to hang your hat on that, especially once you get into the playoffs. And the stuff with Karl Anthony Towns is just super weird right now. And I would be nervous about going, into the playoff push with whatever's happening there. I don't know. I mean, it's never good when you're talking about firing, in the media, at least your first year coach before the All-Star break.
Yeah. So funny. This is happening to Mike Brown again. That's just hilarious.
Funny or
the next
a pattern?
Yeah. I would also say that if Giannis does get traded not to the Knicks, I think the Knicks are more likely to make a deal then.
Yes.
Because, I do think that if Giannis stays on the Bucks, that the Knicks will wait and say like, "Hey, we're still here."
Yeah.
If this drags out to Thursday, we could have a situation where a Giannis trade happens and then 20 other trades happen right after.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the domino effect.
He
Which
is
is what we are all
The
hoping
big one.
for.
No, I would like a steady trickle. I want an IV drip of trades all day next Thursday because
IV
we're going to be
drip of
live all day for the deadline.
Oh, man. No,
on
I want streamline trade. I want you ever watch Crash with Jason Statham? That's what I want.
Mhm.
See that I that's how I want the draft. I actually just give me the printout with the draft choices. I don't need to watch the pomp
crazy.
and circumstance. I don't need
That printout is insane, man.
Dude,
I don't need it.
Dude, that
Just
is
reading them in
That's
direct order is awful.
That's like your high
terrible.
school or college graduation. That's not for them. That's for their
Yeah.
parents.
oh my god, Dave. Sometimes like people say like I'm on an island with this take. You are on an island with that.
Yeah,
take.
you're totally on that.
All right. Raptors.
Could have
S.
been an email.
I think they will probably, I would say, future trades.
Okay.
They're going to get out of the tax. They're currently
Mhm.
in the tax. I would be pretty surprised if they go for it. I don't even know what going for it would mean for this team.
They're too
truthfully.
far away to go for it.
I agree with you. I don't think they're at that point. Also, like this is a team that will, just because of the way that they operate, they will try to get involved in Giannis stuff, and I don't think they have what it takes to get Giannis unless they involve Scotty Barnes. You know?
Right.
So
And I think that would be a mistake.
yeah, I agree. So yeah, I think they just do future trades, maybe get a backup center, call it a day.
Yeah. How do you feel about Scotty and Giannis on the same team? Obviously, defense
Pretty weird.
kind of awesome,
That'd
but
be
offensively, I don't really understand how.
Yeah, that would be clunky. No doubt about that. Yeah, I
Mm.
think like the fit would be weird, and Giannis needs shooters. If there's one thing the Raptors don't have,
Yeah.
it's shooting. It's
I know.
consistent shot making. So I don't see a world in which they do it. Like maybe you could convince yourself if Giannis was like, I want to go to Toronto, but
Right.
I don't think he
Didn't do it when Masai was there. He's not going to do it now.
exactly. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Utah Jazz is the next team up on the
You know, they are in an interesting position because they are not as bad as their record appears.
Yeah.
But I think
I
they
think-
might be a future trade.
by
I mean,
design, they are not as bad as the record appears.
Yeah.
they have an opportunity to both trade to tank a little bit better and to make themselves better next season. Does Nurkic have a market?
I think he would.
I think he has proven himself. Yes, I think he's proven
Yeah.
that this year for sure. For
He
sure.
makes 19. He's a $19 million expiring.
Mhm.
Right. And so look,
Ooh.
I've been talking about Zubac to Boston. Shout out to Ariel El Boone.
A
on
real
YouTube.
boon. That's what it is.
Right.
A real
A real boon. Okay. I was like, you know how that is with these
Ariel.
usernames. I can't. I mean, anyway.
It's all good.
Shout out to a real boon on
that's
YouTube.
funny.
And who talked about Zubac to Boston. I've been talking about Zubac to Boston, but what if it's Nurkic to Boston?
I
Because
like
Boston
that.
wants to duck the tax, right? They've got that Anthony Simons contract. I think it's like 23 million
Yeah.
that they can move. That's
Yeah.
expiring. This is still an expiring, so it fits in with with what they're trying to do as far as
Nurkic has
clearing
been
their
awesome,
books up.
too.
He's been solid.
has been
Double
great.
machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
I'm not
That's
a
really
believer
good.
at all in Nurk as a playoff center, though,
Oh. Okay.
because that's what you'd want him for, right?
Mhm.
I mean, but I think
But
he
do you
would be
have
the
to-
backup?
Right. Do you have to have him as your playoff center? I think Nehemiah
Right.
has been playing well for them.
Yeah,
Nehemiah
he's-
Skata.
Yeah.
But is
You
he a
just need-
playoff
you just
center
don't-
too? Is the question. Like,
I think that
Is
we're
he a
gonna find
regular
out.
season starter? I mean, center.
Right.
Like he's proven that. I think, in my opinion, I think Nehemiah Skata has proven that he's become a regular season center. I
Mhm.
think at the start of the year, most people wouldn't have put him in that category. A lot of folks still looked at him like a G League player. So, like, I think he's proven himself that way. It's the biggest thing is you don't need him to be a focal point. You just really need him to not mess up. Know where you're supposed to be on help. Know when you're supposed to rotate. Be able to set a good screen, and then not have a drop off when he gets off the floor. And that's what Nurkic should come in and do. But
I wonder if they could go for Miles Turner with the Bucks tearing everything down, or Bobby Portis. I think either of those guys would kind of be interesting.
I'd like either one of those guys.
I like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Turner is going to be interesting to see what happens with him.
Yeah, He could get Jeremy granted in the sense that like his contract is so big that it would be tough
Right.
to move.
It's only 25 mil.
Yeah, but it's long, right? Is it 4 years?
Yeah, but like 25 million is like
you can get around that.
It's like
that's
six
fair.
man money.
it's the new 15, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I think
That's a statement.
I think it's okay.
25 is the new 15.
I mean,
Hey,
have you looked at the inflation numbers, Zena?
No, of course. I mean,
Man.
I'd love
He's
to.
barely
be able to
surviving
talk
at
like-
25 a year.
I know.
That's exactly
That's
right.
crazy.
Houston.
No trade.
No trade.
Yeah, that feels like that's where they're headed. They're in a great spot right now. They've got a ton of guys that they need to develop.
Not according to Dave Dufour.
I mean, great spot as a
Dave,
franchise.
oh my gosh, Dave.
I just don't think that they're going to compete for a title this year. That's the difference. I don't think that they're a bad team. I think they're in a really good place.
Yeah, they're in a good spot. I hate how we do this. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe what Phoenix is doing? This is so cool. Phoenix Suns all the way, baby. And it's like, oh, Houston sucks. Like, what are we talking
I'm
about?
not saying that they suck, but it is they're in different tiers. I like if I'm comparing the Rockets to teams, I'm not comparing them to the Suns. I'm comparing them to Oklahoma City, and I'm comparing them to Denver. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't even
playoff
look at
series
these other
for
teams.
team though, Dave. They haven't won a playoff series yet. Like,
Right.
they need to go do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, I think that they're in a really good spot. I don't think they need a trade. They need a point guard. You know what I mean? Like so maybe
Dave,
they can pick somebody up.
Dave, let's pose the question that we had the other night to Andrew. Andrew, if you're looking at Houston,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say is their thing that they are exceptional at?
Offensive
Beyond being offensive rebound. I was going to say beyond being athletic, which I think offensive rebound also like feeds into it. But
Yeah, for sure.
if OKC, well, that's not a good example, not OKC, but let's say Denver is getting on the boards. What is the counter for Houston against that?
Yeah, I think that they have got to they have to figure out who they are, which is the spot that they're in. And
Yeah,
I think that should be acceptable for them. And I know that like trading for KD kind of complicates that to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at the guys who are going to be actually carrying this team and this franchise for years to come. You have Amin Thompson, 23, Şengün, 23, Jabari Smith, 22, Reed Shepherd, 22.
Yeah.
I mean, like those are the guys that if you are running the Houston Rockets, you're saying like we are hoping that is our core that we're building around. And if you hit the fast forward button like too much on these guys, which I think like getting Kevin really does hit the fast forward button for you a little bit. But if you can help bring those guys along, and in 2 years they are like this, they're at the top of the West and they're competing for titles, competing for Western Conference Finals. Like, I think that's great for them. I think they need to go learn and figure it out. And like sometimes you don't know until you're in a playoff battle, like who you are and like what guys are made of, and like there's a lot to learn for this franchise. And I think it's okay for them to take these steps to get there.
KD increases their margin for error. One of their biggest problems is down the stretch of games, right? And this is a problem of youth, typically. I would also say it's some lack of offensive organization. But KD gives you a guy to throw the ball to. And now you've got another guy that you can, it's not just Şengün.
Yeah. They need more shooting. Absolutely.
Big time.
Yeah.
They need more shots, right? Like they need to shoot more threes. They are good at making them when they take them, but they don't take enough of them.
Starting Reed Shepherd would solve that problem, man.
But the problem there is, though, if Adams comes back and he's healthy, are you better playing big or are you better playing with Reed? And I think that's where this is where, back to Zena's point, their identity. They're going to have to figure it out. And I think that, Reed is this, fastball off the bench isn't bad either.
No, it isn't. No, but it's just like he clearly provides.
But what if
shooting.
It's not Steven Adams that needs to come out, and if it's a men, because Reed's shooting might be more valuable, given like you've got these huge offensive rebounders. They've got some options. That's the thing.
Yeah, they have options. I do think though that if you're taking Amin out of the lineup, we've taken the development in the wrong direction. Like that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like we need to figure it out with him on the court.
Right.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go well, that's okay. We need to figure out why.
Yeah.
I think that's coaching too. Like you got to find a way for those guys to work offensively. You know,
Yeah.
that's part of it.
Yeah. Pelicans.
I'm going to say going to make a stupid trade because that's what they've
That's
been
what they've
doing
done.
recently.
They've been really good at that. They've been really, really good at
Really
that.
consistent, you know.
Joe Dumars is working the phones right now.
Working both phones.
Trey Murphy for 5 seconds, you know, something crazy like that.
I don't think it'd be that bad. I don't think it'd be that bad.
Jeremiah Fears into whatever trade exception you can find.
Oh, that would be nuts.
Gonna trade him for Lou Dort.
Yeah, it's like I like the fire that guy has. Ludor was a menace last night. I was just rewatching he had this jump ball against Steve Meese last night, and he held down Meese's arm during the jump ball, and they didn't see it, and Lou won the jump.
Dude.
That's the secret to his success, right?
Menace. I love
Add
it.
it to the tape. Add it to the tape.
Funny. It's so funny. But the Pelicans do have players that teams want. It's funny for a team that has the worst record in the Western Conference. You look at a lot of the guys that they have, you're like, you know what?
Individually, they can add to a roster. Yeah.
Trey
Absolutely.
Murphy, Herb Jones, Sadiq Bey is like a guy that could help a team right now.
Yves Meese, I'm telling you right now, that's a guy that's going to get traded before the deadline.
Yeah,
for sure.
He should. And I don't know how much he can help you in the playoffs, but he's like a really interesting, like developmental piece for a team. So yeah, it seems like they'll do something dumb. Okay, the Lakers, you have to go for it. You have LeBron James on your team, right? Anybody disagree with that?
I don't think so.
I don't disagree that they have LeBron on the team.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know if
they definitely have LeBron. Or will they? Here's my question: is LeBron still going to be on the team after the deadline? Because like LeBron is one of the pieces that. What do they have to trade?
I don't know.
Austin
That's
Reed.
what I'm trying.
Right.
As soon as you said going for it, I was like, but with what?
And I don't think they're going to trade LeBron, but I just am like, where are they coming up with the assets to trade to make a trade that makes a big enough difference?
Yeah. Also,
I'm on the opposite end of this. I think they're not making a trade.
Oh.
Yeah. I just don't see with what.
So there's a big LeBron question here. Because this is the last year of his deal. You have to imagine he's not going to come back next season to the Lakers. Does that make sense?
It's certainly possible that
it's tricky.
Uniform. It's certainly possible.
But then, the other
if he's not
retire or go play for the Cavaliers,
he's not going to retire. He's going to go play yes, I was thinking he's going to go to Cleveland next year, but I do think that we'll know more about the Lakers and LeBron relationship after the deadline, right?
Yeah.
But if you're the Lakers and LeBron, shouldn't you at least be having a conversation about thinking about a trade right now if he's not going to be there next year?
Well, I will say he has a no trade clause, so he gets to choose
where
he goes.
It's LeBron James. He gets to choose.
Yeah, but then that adds the element of like if they're going for it, they can't use that salary to go out and do whatever they need to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I to that point, I also wonder if they wait and don't make a trade because they will have more picks available to them in the summer. I think they get 3 picks available to them this summer compared to now where they only have 1.
Yeah, they're trying to flip their pick for more future firsts, right?
Yeah,
that's 2031.
Well. Yeah.
Good luck.
I would say no trade. I just don't see a version of them going for it,
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Okay, so going for it to me is like, let's turn Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, and other guys like that into different role players.
Like Miles Turner.
It's like something that Rob Pelinka, you can criticize or love the things that he's done through the years. One thing that he's consistently done, though, is make trades at the deadline with LeBron on the team to change out the role players. And it's like that's kind of where I'm at. Just like looking back at the history of what Pelinka has done for this team is like he's always finding ways to tinker with the roster to push it, closer toward competitiveness. And so I wonder if I don't even know if that is even possible at this time with the guys that he has, but I do think they're going to try. Is really why I put them at going for it.
We haven't heard anything about Daniel Gafford in a while. I
Yeah.
know that was kind of a thing. I mean, it's just
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I also wonder if they do future trades. You know, like if you can throw them in the future trades category.
Yeah.
What if they trade for Jaren Jackson? I mean, it's going to start with Austin Reeves.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I mean, if Memphis decides they're pulling the plug on this whole thing and just going to reboot.
What is Jaren Jackson? A Jaren Jackson, Luka, LeBron team. How far does that go?
I could see them making the conference finals.
Probably.
Wow.
I mean, it's a good enough team.
Okay.
Jaren is a big upgrade from DeAndre Ayton. You know?
Yeah.
We can fill in the blank of 53 players. Well, that one. Yeah. I don't know. We can put them at no trade. I'm okay with that. I just think that they're always up to stuff.
They do make a lot of trades.
Yeah. Maybe we could say going to make a stupid trade.
Oh man. No,
they kind of fit.
They
in
haven't
all
really
of
made
these,
a bad
you know?
trade in a while. Like I can't think of a bad
They
trade.
make pretty
I
good.
like- I like what Andrew said. We got to give credit where credit's due. Rob Pelinka has made
Yeah.
smart
Well,
moves.
Russ was the only bad trade. I don't think LeBron's got that much power anymore. So
Yeah, I would say no trade.
Totally. Yeah, you look back at like some of the bad deals that have been made, and Pelinka has to sign off on these to a degree too, but a lot of it's been like driven by players.
Yeah.
Within the team. Which is a struggle for the Lakers. Chicago.
Oh, just throw them in there. You know where you're going to throw them.
I feel like they're real soup with Kobe White, right? Or
they are looking to build around their core of Josh Giddey and Buzelis.
Yeah.
Kobe White is depending on what the Warriors do, I think the Warriors should call about Kobe White.
Yeah.
Obviously, Minnesota call about Kobe White. Orlando maybe even call about Kobe White. Everybody should call about Kobe White.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Orlando would be a great spot for him. They need somebody else that can shoot the rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Timberwolves, I feel like going for it. Is that
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
I think they need a point guard. They're in the Kobe White sweepstakes.
Maybe they get themselves involved in Giannis, man.
That would be Tim Connolly does stuff.
Isn't it really hard for them to trade for Giannis?
It's very because they're second apron team, or they're somewhere along the lines of that, and it would be tough. But
picks too are an issue,
and picks are an issue.
Yeah, it's tricky, especially with like Naz Reid has had a decent season. He hasn't been like as good. Like he's not like 6-man Nas.
Yeah.
And Jaden's been up and down. I feel like Jaden's been mostly good, but he's been up and down. Yeah.
They're 14 over the apron. That's bad.
Yeah.
Runner-up spot. Cap wise. Okay. The Blazers. Where do we put the Blazers here?
Probably
future trade.
Future. Yep.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. They've done nothing but make smart moves, good draft picks the last few years.
Been patient.
Yep. No reason to think that they're going to do anything
crazy. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. They're oddly like they're a little bit boring in that way, but it's why they've been able to come up with so many assets. You know, I think that they're doing a really good job.
Yeah, I agree.
Nuggets, no trade.
I actually think they will make a trade, but it's future trade just to get out of the tax.
They're ducking the tax. I think Zeke Naji might be on the way out. He's shown enough that if I was another team and could get him for cheap, I think he's worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
but yeah, I think they'll duck the tax and they'll try to find a way to clear up some space for Peyton Watson so they can sign him. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, the problem with Zeke. What does he have? He's got 3 years left.
3 years, $8 million each year.
He's got a player option.
Yeah, but it's not much money.
Yeah,
it's not.
I think he's a rotation guy.
Well, the Nuggets don't when they're healthy.
Okay, he's not a rotation guy on the Nuggets. The Nuggets have Nikola Jokic though that eats up 38 minutes at center, and you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
I just think there's not really much of a spot for him.
Yeah, I just would not want to have a player that I'm not sure is a top 9-10 rotation player on my team that makes 7 or 8 million. You know, that's just me. You know what? That's just the way I roll. So, all right. Okay. Thunder, I don't think they're making a trade. Maybe they'll trade Oos, but I also don't think they have to trade Oos either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make a trade.
Their trades are coming this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be some roster movement at some point with the Thunder. I don't think it's at the deadline.
Yeah. This is Dort's last run, right?
Don't put those words in my mouth. How dare you, Dave?
That's funny.
I tried.
Don't you dare.
I tried.
Do that. Memphis.
Trade to tank.
Yeah, trade to tank.
They need to.
Just start on over, clear the board, clear the air, and just start over. Yeah.
Who wants Ja?
Nobody. Nobody wants Ja.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Minnesota doesn't want Ja. I mean, I don't think they can do it. They can't do it, but point.
I wonder if like Brooklyn wants Ja.
No.
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 You're signing yourself back up. Like if you're trying to tank, like
right.
You'd be signing.
I just think Barclays Center, you need some butts and seats, you know?
Yeah. They just grabbed Andrew's collar like Lou Dort last night to Peters. Yeah, I mean, does Ja put butts in seats? That would be my question. Is everybody like, oh my gosh, the Nets got Ja Morant. Let's go. We now have a team. Like, I don't
listen. He does more than Danny Wolf or Nolan Traore, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, I like what the Nets are building, but it's just you need some. I
know. I agree. We've just seen them go down a path similar to that in the past.
Yeah,
that has not worked for them. I think if you're the Nets, you trade to tank and you just hope that you get a top 3 pick.
Right.
And if you get a top 3 pick, then you have a star, for your team, and you don't have to trade for Ja Morant to do that. I think that's the hope. Dallas.
John's definitely getting traded, right? Or is it going to kick down to the summer?
I think it'll get kicked out
to the summer.
I just don't see where he ends up getting traded.
Yeah, there's not a super logical landing spot for him. The Dallas Mavericks is next on this very random list of teams.
Future trades?
Yeah,
I would say trades to tank also, because this is the only time that they have their pick available to them. After this, the picks are all cooked. They don't really have a chance to tank, so they need to tank this year.
Yeah. Well, but also he's not going to play for them again anyway.
Right.
So,
Kyrie won't come back.
Right.
But it's more about the other guys. So like Daniel Gafford, Najee Marshall.
I mean, I think that they're going to wind up trading AD. There's no incentive. I mean, there's no reason for the Dallas Mavericks to give him an extension. There's not one.
Yeah.
Not a single reason.
Oh, no.
And I feel like they got to move him now because this is how the game works. And Rich Paul's been pushing the button because they want to get AD one more big extension. And the only way that happens is if he's moved right now. Like, you can't wait. So I think that he gets moved, and probably not for very much.
No, not for much.
Yeah.
But they have guys that, and we don't really know what the mindset of this front office is, but I would look at trading PJ Washington to a contender. I would look to see if anybody has any interest in Klay Thompson. I would Najee Marshall. I think you could get a decent first.
I agree
for him. He's good.
Yeah, he is good.
He's good. Like if the Cavaliers wound up with Najee Marshall, them a lot.
Yeah.
So I do think that they've got some guys. I think that you kind of roll with obviously Cooper Flagg, but like Max Christie, I wouldn't trade. Derek Lively, I wouldn't, consider. And then pretty much everybody else would be like, yeah.
I would try to move Kyrie this summer.
For sure.
Brandon Williams has made a little noise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he could,
tear it down, man. Tear it down. I agree. Trade to tank.
Trade to tank. Spurs, I don't think they're doing anything.
Nothing.
Yeah. I would be surprised. Although you could argue going for it, they should, but what is going for it for that team?
Yeah, I
They just need Wemby to get back to normal.
Yeah, they just need health. Is
Mhm.
what they need.
Yeah, I agree.
They need their young guards to bounce back as well, who have
Yeah.
been struggling as of late.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
I don't think they're going to do anything.
They are a little bit over the tax, so they're going to do a future trade.
Future
to get
trade.
under the tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping.
Yeah. Clippers.
Clippers might make Clippers could be an AD team.
I could see going for it.
Yeah, they kind of have to, right? Like, what else are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your
Until-
draft picks
Yep.
for this year or next year.
Yep.
So, like, what else are you doing? If
They
you're
also have expiring contracts and
Yeah.
salary that they can move.
Yeah,
I
I think they have to go for it. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know who they would try to acquire, but if you're the Clippers, they need to be active because they, like you said, they have the expiring contracts. They've been really good as of late. They need to figure out ways to go for it this year. Zena, Golden State Warriors. Where are we?
You know how we started this exercise and the Kings were already locked into going to make a stupid trade.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I've been this entire time thinking maybe the Warriors should be locked into the one category we haven't touched yet. Should make a trade, but won't.
Oh,
And
I like that.
I just feel like the Jimmy Butler situation obviously makes this a little bit different, right? This conversation is tough for them,
No question.
but I feel like they should make a trade, and they end up they won't until the summer, and we'll see what happens then. But
Yeah.
for the deadline, for sure, I don't think they'll make a trade. I just can't. I can't see it.
The only way they would, I think, is if Giannis wants to. He's
Yeah,
like, I want.
I think so too.
And that's the only way.
I think so
Yeah.
too. The thing is though, like when they should make a trade is like we all see Steph like putting in work. He looks sad after a lot of games. Like when they're obviously when they're not winning, it's tough. It's a burden. And if you're looking at that, if you're his front office, like you should be desperately trying to make a trade. But now you don't have Jimmy. Jonathan Kuminga now is of importance to you. That means you need to trade for someone to immediately provide you some value, the same value that you would expect out of Jonathan Kuminga. And he right now is hurt with a bone bruise. So you're not getting the consistency out. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're teetering between the two of they could make a stupid trade out of the desperation, or they should make a trade but won't.
Man, the Jimmy Butler trade was kind of a desperation trade.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, when was the last trade this front office made that didn't feel like a desperation trade?
Good question.
Yeah.
Which is also okay.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think we need to let it be okay. And I think I've said this on multiple platforms by now, but like it's okay that the Warriors had one of the most epic runs in the history of the NBA.
Absolutely.
And then they just want to ride it out with Steph.
Yeah.
And if they want to even look desperate to try to get him help, also okay.
Yep.
Great.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I said this about Giannis with the Bucks. You beg, you plead, you do everything you can.
Yeah.
You trade all the future assets.
Mhm.
I mean, you do look at what Cleveland did when LeBron came back and they traded away everything to get a shot at a title, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And you just say it's going to suck when he's gone, but while he's here, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
And Steph is playing like a top 7 player in the NBA still.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
By the way, I also think it's easier to dig out of that hole of being desperate and going for it now than it was maybe before, where you had no ability to trade guys or turn one pick into 4 picks. Like there's a world in which you can kind of stave off doom a little bit easier than some other teams if you're just smart about it. So
I think that's true. Detroit.
going for it.
Let's go for it.
Going
I
for it.
I
Do you
felt
think
like
they're going to do it?
I don't know if they will, but I think they need to.
I'm with you.
I
Ooh.
like this is
It's
the
so funny
Eastern
how the
Conference.
opposite of going for it for me continues to be no trade.
Right.
I look at that roster. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I see what you're saying, but like, I'm thinking what Ivy would be in your
Yeah.
package, and
Yeah.
I get it. Like,
And I'm not saying like go for Giannis, I'm not saying
Sure.
go and make that kind of, and I don't think that's possible. But like we talked about it with Hunter yesterday. I think Trey Murphy would be perfect for that team, and he fits the timeline. He fits the age. He has a good contract. All those things apply. I don't think it would be that big of a problem for them, or it would hurt their bottom line future wise to go out and trade, I don't know, 3 firsts for Trey Murphy. I feel like that's the perfect type of player. MPJ, you could convince me like, okay, back injuries, he's not like the most perfect player for their system. But Trey, that's a guy that they should go for.
They're going to be good for a while, so like the picks won't really matter so much for them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of with you if you can do something that's based around picks. I just don't think they can lose any of their core pieces. Like none of their rotation guys. They need shooting, right? So like they need whoever comes in that needs to be able to plug into the lineup, be a plus shooter, plus defender. Trey Murphy would be amazing. If you get Trey Murphy, make the trade.
Yeah.
If it's MPJ, please don't make the trade. Just keep that powder dry.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, they have 4 first-round picks that they could trade now, and Tobias Harris has a big expiring contract. And then if you wanted to include Asar, Jaden, or Ron Holland, like they've got the makings of a lot of different kinds of deals.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There.
From the YouTube chat, Matt Herndy said Benedict Mathurin as a team for Detroit. That's kind of interesting.
that is interesting.
Huh. Yeah,
Big guard.
Seems like a guy who will get traded, by the way. I think
Yeah, I
like
think
a
so.
Pelicans, Yves Missi, Ben Mathurin trade.
I hope he doesn't go to the Pels.
And Dave, that name is pronounced Matt H. Erndy. Okay. All right. Next team,
I actually stopped to read that one before I read it. Listen, man, these handles, put some spaces in there, guys.
put some spaces in there. You guys crazy? Cleveland Cavaliers are in a weird spot. Where should we put them?
I don't think they have the capability to make a trade.
Yeah. They kind of they feel like a team that needs a shakeup of some kind, but show some respect to Matt H. I love that. Shout out to the chat. The chat's popping today. Yeah, I kind of agree that they may just stand pat, but I do like the idea of getting like a Najee Marshall or somebody like that.
Yeah, I mean,
do that.
yes.
It's just tough because they're second apron, so they didn't.
I know the second apron, like that's the kind of team that the second apron is killing.
Yeah,
right now.
Yep.
Boston,
Go for it.
Go for it, baby.
Yeah,
I hope.
I agree. The Boston Celtics should go for it.
Well, with that said, though, thinking about the next one,
Philly,
feel like do we automatically put Philly in the going for it because of Joel Embiid's help? But when we look at all the young assets that they have too, with Maxey and BJ Edgecombe, and like, where do we feel like they fall?
They might make a small trade.
I think they could make a small trade. They conduct the tax. Jared McCain is a. I think Jared, right? Like we're gonna celebrate them ducking the tax, but Jared McCain to me is an interesting player that they could maybe dangle.
Yeah.
Do you know?
You're cracking me up with your like. He's an interesting player. He's like,
listen,
whether he is or not.
No, because I think he's better than what we've seen this year, right? Like he's coming back, right?
You hope that Philly fans hope so,
right? But I think if I was another team, I mean, maybe he's a guy that I can get for a decent price without it being a buy low. Does that make sense? Because he is young, he is talented, and that could be a piece that's a little bit redundant. Like Jared McCain might be redundant, for the Sixers. Of course, I say that at the same time. I'm always saying you never have enough guards and ball handlers in the NBA.
Right.
But I wonder if some team might not try to pry him away. But the only piece they really need is a 4. And I don't even know that they do, because some of their best lineups are Paul George at the 4. Kelly Oubre has been awesome at the 4.
It's been great.
And so, yeah, I think this could be just another bookkeeping sort of trade situation.
Some kind of future trade.
Yeah.
If it's me, I'm like, man, Embiid and Paul George are healthy right now. I'm on the phone, baby. I'm like, listen.
That's what I like. Wait,
who though?
Guys, who wants?
I don't know, but wait, Andrew, are you saying that you're going for it with those two playing well?
No, I'm saying I'm trading those guys.
He's trying to trade.
Oh, you're trying to
Paul
get rid
George
of them.
and Joel Embiid.
Oh, I thought you were
okay.
trying to like win it with that.
Good luck,
Okay,
man.
I think PG could get moved. There's a chance.
Let's go. Let's do it.
There's a chance.
I'm serious. If I were suddenly given access to just trade everybody I could on the Philadelphia 76ers, I would. This is your chance, Philly. You're about to have the football pulled out from you again, and you don't even realize it right now.
Yeah,
right now, you're all happy. Oh, Embiid's finally healthy. Do you trust Joel Embiid and Paul George to be healthy for 4 playoff rounds?
All you need is one.
Is that true? I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that works. Yeah.
I'm just saying I would be making calls, because the future of this team is Maxey and Edgecombe.
Right.
Yeah.
If you could do something to help set up the future of your team and maybe get Joel Embiid to a team that is ready to compete right away, and maybe you don't get a lot for him, I think that's okay.
Oh.
I don't know who or what.
Would the Warriors trade for Joel Embiid?
They might trade for Paul George. I could see that.
I could see them trading for Paul George.
Anyways, I don't know.
Get that Jimmy Butler contract?
Jimmy Butler's dead contract to the Sixers would be hilarious. Oh my gosh, that is content. Oh no, man!
I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I don't think Embiid gets traded.
I don't think it happens
George,
either.
But I don't think he's gonna get traded.
I'm just saying, if it were me, that's what I would want to happen, because that football is going to be pulled again. You're going to wind up on your butt. All right, that's happening. Warriors adding another old injury-prone guy. Sure, maybe we should move the Warriors right here. I don't know. Going to make a stupid trade. I feel
like somebody's going to trade for Al Horford, by the way. What if Al Horford goes back to Boston?
Pretty well.
He would actually be a great Raptors guy. Actually.
How would he do in Boston, you guys think? Could you see the fit?
Well, they'd have to massage anyways. Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets.
Future trade.
Future trade. These guys are rolling right now.
Maybe gets traded.
I think Colin Sexton gets moved. I think Colin Sexton's going to be Minnesota's backup plan if they can't get Kobe White or someone like that.
Yeah.
And he works for them.
That's fine.
I think he works for them from a cultural perspective too.
Sure. He
run through a wall.
He compete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trade Mount Bridges, trade Grant Williams, Josh Green, any of those guys. Sure.
Yep.
I probably should have a poster on my wall from that time that he went 3-on-5 against, when he was at Alabama. That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen a basketball player do, was Colin Sexton going 3-on-5 in college. It was amazing.
I'll have to look that up. I don't think I remember that.
I love the smacking the hardwood thing. That's one of my favorite Colin Sexton highlights.
Yeah, because it's usually like Steve Wojciechowski doing that.
Yeah.
Right. It's not some guy with a nickname that's the Young Bull. Which is one of the best nicknames ever.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Zards, they already made their big trade.
Yeah. Future trade, maybe.
I think trade to tank. They still have the Middleton contract that they can move. They might be like a third team type of thing if someone wants to make a big trade.
Yeah,
it's hard to tank though. What they won 12 games.
yeah, that's true. It's maybe future trade then, but
you can't give any back. I don't think.
Orlando.
See,
I don't think Orlando's going to make
Matt Herndy knows. There was a point in the game where Colin Sexton turns, he stares at the guy.
I know that highlight. It was great. Yes.
Yeah.
I need to go look this up.
Yeah, he's incredible. Colin Sexton's a legend to me.
Yeah.
He'd be awesome if he could get to a good team where he is like their 6th or 7th man.
Yeah, say he's a perfect six man because listen, he's not part of it is he's so skinny. He's never going to be like a great defender, but he works so hard that he's not a bad one.
He does try.
And then he's a 40% 3-point shooter who can get to the hoop.
Are we still on Colin Sexton right now?
I love Colin Sexton. Listen,
no, he's good. I agree. He's underrated.
Are we still on Colin Sexton?
I'm shocked. I was like, okay.
Orlando, I don't
Cleveland
think
could
make
use
a
Colin
trade,
Sexton.
by the way.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Orlando. They should trade Paolo, but they're not going to.
I don't think they're going to make
late.
a trade. I think they are going to struggle to make a trade. Maybe Jonathan Isaac, but I doubt it. I don't think they're going to make.
I think Goga could get moved.
Oh yeah, maybe Goga. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So is that a future trade?
I would say.
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, Miami Heat. They're an endlessly confusing team to me.
Yeah,
the direction they're going. Like I don't really know what direction I would.
I think should make a trade.
Should make a trade, but won't. That's exactly
Yep.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's
Like,
funny
maybe
because
they
those
do
two
some paper
teams
pushing.
might trade together. Wiggins,
Yeah.
Wiggins
Yeah.
and Kuminga, right?
Yeah, could make another trade. That would be wild.
By the way, if you guys are listening, join our Discord. We put the link in the show description. Apparently, our good friend on the Break Pod put the Sexton 3-on-5 clip in our Discord. So
let's go.
that's
let's
right. We're
go.
sharing
Love it.
film in there. We're gonna do film stuff. No, we're not.
I'm watching this, and you're absolutely right. It's ridiculous.
It's amazing.
It's actually stupid. Yeah, this is wild. Whew.
Okay, last two teams, Atlanta and Indiana. Where do we think Atlanta goes from
Well,
here?
any trade they make is a future trade unless it's a Giannis trade.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
That's and a Giannis trade even. I mean, like, are we too late? Let's see. Atlanta, they're the 10 seed. No, okay, so they're not too late. If they trade for Giannis, they got as good a shot as anybody of coming out of the East. It's crazy. It's so silly. That's so
This
silly.
is such a silly league.
It is a silly thing to say.
Well,
Yeah.
and they're in a good spot with Kristaps and CJ McCollum both being on these like giant expiring contracts. You know, you could even be like, "Hey, Milwaukee, we have like $6 million or whatever it is. Like, you gonna throw something else?"
Honestly, and then with give them back that swap, the pick swap,
Mhm.
and the
Yeah.
New Orleans pick, and maybe another first.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden, that's a pretty good deal for Milwaukee to reset the books.
yeah, it's not bad. It's really not a bad way to go. So, and that's
Guys,
what
I gotta go, but
Okay.
see you guys later. The Pacers
right.
are going to tank, by the way.
are
Actually,
gonna
they'll maybe
tank.
do a future trade as well. Yeah.
I think with the Pacers, we got to watch Matherin. I think, Matherin feels like he's going to get moved.
just because you don't think that they want to give him a deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is all. I mean, that's the driving factor. I think in a lot of these trades,
Yeah,
it's all about that extension.
And the caps and exactly.
Yep.
And the thing is, he's always gonna have a market. You shoot over 40% from three, like
Yeah, he's a big guard who can play. They happen to have a lot of those guys. You know, when
Yeah.
Halliburton comes back next year, and then they're going to have a top draft pick.
yeah.
Ooh, I don't hate this. From Dub Protocol on YouTube. Can the Wizards get Matherin? Now that is kind of interesting.
Also correction, Matherin's no longer a 40% shooter. He's at 37%, but still
That's
pretty solid.
Yeah.
You round up on that.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kidding.
Wiz, no, that's how I lived my college
Sure.
career.
Oh, there you go.
Just joking.
35.5%.
Wizards with Matherin.
It's interesting. I mean, you put a big guard next to Trey when you come back. The issue is you got Trey Johnson.
Yeah, I wouldn't
And
want to do it. He just takes the thing with Matherin. It's like, really, what is he? Is he a starter? He's not been a starter
No.
for the Pacers. He's had kind of a disappointing year this year with all the injuries that he's had, and then is like not nearly as productive as he was even last year. And that could just be that they don't have like a suitable point guard at this point to help him. But it's just been a weird year. This was kind of like his prove it year.
Right.
And it's really gone very poorly for Matherin. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the question is like, if you trade him, it's like who wants to pay Ben Matherin's next deal is like the big question. And like what is the demand? Because we know that like with these trades, like conversations are being had in the background of like, great, you want to trade for Ben Mathurin? He wants a 4-year, $125 million deal. Like, do you want to pay him that? So,
Right.
I don't know that it's that high, but I think that you could have conversations like this. Like, yeah, he scores 17 points a game. He shoots it well on like decently high volume. And like, yeah, I mean, he's taking 6 threes.
He feels like a future Raptor. I wish S was here for this, but he feels, and it's not just because, he's not from America and they like to collect everybody. I do think he feels like one of those players that they have all these guys that are sort of tweeners that don't have a clean fit everywhere. But I don't hate him on the Wizards. The only issue being, I just think Trey Johnson is a very important thing.
Yeah, I
want to have enough of these type of like microwave scores though in Washington. And that's what he's really good for. So,
and Detroit, which a few people in the chat have mentioned, Detroit is not a bad idea for him.
Yeah.
I just think about, anytime I think about Detroit, I think about what was IB supposed to be beside Cade Cunningham? Can you find that? Like,
hard.
That's
what that's
like the envision, the division for them. Yeah.
It's not worked, at least to this point. Although Detroit is awesome. So
working out okay.
Yeah. All right. Let us know what you think about our trade tiers. And if you are following this and your team is in the wrong tier, in your opinion, let us know. You can let us know in the YouTube comments. We would love to hear your commentary there. We'd also love to hear from you on our Discord, or you can reach out to us on Twitter or Blue Sky, anywhere else. We would appreciate all of that. Hope everybody is having a great day, and we will talk to you guys again tomorrow.